Hello. So I recently experienced sports day at my all-girls high school, and this is the second sports day I have attended in Korea. One being at middle school, this one being at high school, and it's been a very long time since I attended a sports day in Canada, but I think, judging from my memories, the Korean sports day is very different and kind of needs to be seen to be believed. The initial part, I think, is the most shocking to me, is that the students start out by cheering one another on, and each team has memorized a huge plethora of cheers and moves to go along with those cheers, and they are executed with military precision. And I guess the one takeaway from these cheers would be that were there to be a country, v country Hunger Games, I think South Korea would have an edge at least over Canada, if not over many countries, because it is terrifying how they organize themselves. It's really scary, I think. So let's watch some of that. The next thing after the cheering started, the first sport that they started playing for Sports Day was a sort of basketball hybrid game where instead of a net, there's a student standing on a chair who catches the ball, and that's how you score. Other teachers explained it as a kind of fusion of a bunch of different sports, but it mostly just seemed like basketball to me. So let's watch some of that. The third thing, the second sport that was played in this sports day was dodgeball. What I'm used to for dodgeball is a court separated into two, and one team throwing dodgeballs at the other team. That's what I grew up with, and there's many dodgeballs, and you kind of just run and grab the balls as fast as you can. The way it seems to be done in Korea, I don't know if this is standard, but this is what I've experienced, is there is one team standing in a clump and another team standing in a clump, and outside of those clumps are members of the opposing team. And instead of being a multitude of balls, like I'm used to, instead of being many, many balls, there's no way to say this, god damn it. Instead of being more than just 2 balls, oh my god, there are many instead of being a multitude of balls, many, many balls being shared between the teams, there are only 2 balls in this version, and the members standing on the outsides take turns throwing at the people on the inside. And when the people on the inside are hit, they move to the opposite side, to the outside circle, and join in throwing at the middle clump of people. Very complicated, I can't explain it well. But let's watch some of the footage of that. Next, the final sport that we played at my school was tug of war. Tug of war is pretty standard, I think. There's not a lot to differentiate between American and Korean tug of war. You can't really, I guess, jazz up pulling on a rope that much. So yeah, let's watch some of that. So, that is my experience of sports day in Korea. A little bit different than American, Canadian sports day, as far as I remember. It's terrifying to see my students, who are usually very meek, very quiet, for the most part, in class, very shy, turning into these barbarians, these crazy gladiators, screaming cheers at one another, elbowing each other in the face, becoming hyper competitive. It's pretty awesome to see. I guess I got to see a different side of my students than what I'm used to from inside the classroom. And not all of them are meek. I'm making them sound like they're all like pathetic waifs, but I don't know, it just seemed like a lot of them who, in everyday life, when I encounter them, seem to be a little bit reserved, coming out of their shells and being vicious competitors. So it was pretty awesome. And I guess that's all I have to say on that matter. So thank you for watching.